In fact, I heard that Meghan didn't have any deodorant because, she's completely broke now. So she has no deodorant. So she asked Princess Eugenie, can I borrow some deodorant? And then she asked Princess Beatrice, like, can I borrow $100? And Princess Beatrice was like, I have this Italian man to support, honey, and he has child support. Why did the world can change me? Oh, hi. Good morning. Welcome back to my channel, Leilani of Barbados. Happy Easter to you when it comes, all of that. I had to jump on here, big developments. Harry and Meghan have apparently gone to England to get their coin. Okay? So I'm going to update you on my health and wellness and so on at the end of this video. I think I might have the long form of this virus, but we'll get into that. We'll get into that at the end. So we have Harry and Meghan here appearing in England. I don't know if they had their security. I don't know what's going on with that lawsuit about having the police chaperone them in England, but they still showed up nonetheless. They did not contact my son for security. So we're still waiting on that. However, they showed up. And of course, they first had to meet with Charles, who, that Harry's still writing his book, right? His biography. I thought it would be an autobiography, but I guess not. But he shows up and he first pays homage to his father. He does want to see the Queen, but the Queen says, vet him first because I don't know, cuckoo. I don't know, cuckoo. And so she didn't have time to waste. But then once he met with his father and his father vetted it and said basically, he has no money. He's trying to do this Netflix thing. Allow him to see you and let him go along about his Hollywood business. And so she then did meet with him. The Queen did meet with him, but they came with their tail between their legs. And I'm pretty sure just because, okay, they didn't bring the children, including Lillibet, who's named after the Queen, to meet the Queen. So I don't think they came with their whole heart. Like, it wasn't like, I really want to see my family and I really want us to be reunited. By the way, just on a side note, Princess Eugenie and Princess Beatrice are celebrating this tradition of bringing their daughters together at the same time this weekend. It says for the first time, the Queen's granddaughters, Beatrice and Eugenie, will be mums together for all the Easter festivities. It's likely we'll see the siblings attend the Easter Sunday church service in Windsor on 17th of April, which is an important fixture in their royal family's calendar. So like, why wouldn't Harry bring his daughter? You know what I mean? If they were really genuinely like about family, why wouldn't he bring his daughter to meet them? In fact, Harry and Meghan are staying at Frogmore Cottage with Princess Eugenie. In fact, I heard that Meghan didn't have any deodorant because, she's completely broke now. So she has no deodorant. So she asked Princess Eugenie, can I borrow some deodorant? And then she asked Princess Beatrice, like, can I borrow $100? And Princess Beatrice was like, I have this Italian man to support, honey, and he has child support. I don't know. I don't know why they came there. There surely is a direct flight to Amsterdam from LA. I mean, like, or go through Paris, why did they go through England and didn't even bring their kids? I don't know. The sheltering of the children is just so weird to me. Of course, they'll probably say, well, we weren't given the security, so we probably were going to be in danger if we brought our kids. I don't know what the excuse could possibly be. When Harry went pally, and the Sun is Rupert Murdoch's newspaper, and that he has like a separate account just for being sued, right? Because he do be getting sued a lot. But for some reason, this article started out really, really praising Meghan. Meg dazzles at Invictus Games. Okay, so they went on to the Invictus Games, which is where they got their content that they came for. This is a tabloid that's supposed to be quite shady. But as I read the article, I realized, oh yes, they are being shady. So let's go through the article. So it's about their clear the air talks with Prince Charles and the Queen. Remember, apparently Camilla is being included in this book as well, but he still had the audacity to come and talk to Prince Charles. And I really do wonder if it's about money, if it's about making money, like, please allow us to make this money. Anyway, the beaming couple arrived hand in hand on Good Friday to meet hero competitors in Holland, their first public appearance together in Europe since Megxit 2 years ago. Meghan dazzled in a white suit and matching shoes a day after the couple's extraordinary meeting at Windsor Castle, after offering the olive branch to his father, who he previously blasted for cutting him off financially. They met with Charles at 10 a.m. on Thursday, with Camilla also present. Okay. How did he look her in her face though? I don't know. Okay, so the Netflix crew was there at the Invictus Games with them, and Meghan walked behind her husband, and they were joined by Dutch competitors and their families. She then removed her camel-colored jacket. Thank God, because it's hot. And offered it to a mom carrying a baby. Here you go. Have fun. Like, all of these shenanigans, all of this performative stuff, like, we're over it. It's too little too late. And then it talks about her outfit. Let's talk about that. The white suit. I know that the Kardashians are a big deal in Hollywood. Like, they're the boss bees, you know, of Hollywood. And they're all wearing their suits. And they're all monochrome. And they feel like they should tell people how they should work harder because they worked hard.
I have the best advice for women in business. Get your up and work.
Lest we forget, or lest we remember, should I say, how they actually got into the business, you know? So we got to dress all like business-like, because really we don't ever want you to remember the lingerie and stuff that we saw in that video. But anyway, she seems to be taking a big page out of their book. And I've said this before, she keeps wearing the exact same things as the Kardashians. I'm sorry. Sophie Lee pendant of 286 pounds, Valentino blazer 2,100 pounds, Valentino handbag 2,200 pounds, and Cartier tank watch. I don't know why they keep talking about that tank watch, like we know that she bought it herself ages ago. But anyway, Valentino trousers 1,100. It all looks really badly fitting. Like, for Valentino, known for tailored beautiful clothes, it's just weird that like she always looks so bad in her clothes. And this cheap Claire's accessory chain around the ring and wrist, it's just cheap, and like nothing makes sense. I don't understand why she does this. Anyway, it saw the Duchess grin and wave at competitors standing on a terrace outside the reception from countries including Iraq, Canada, the UK, and Ukraine. I mean, not being funny, but I thought all boots were on the ground in the Ukraine, or all wheels were on the ground, or like whatever, you know. Can you be at war and still compete in like sports games? Like, I don't know. Okay. Anyway, I guess they have enough boots on the ground there. Okay. So they have these people just parading them. And, you know, these are obviously, you know, Invictus Games was started in 2013 by Prince Harry, who was copying a model from the United States. Which is interesting, because I really thought that he was copying a model from Prince Philip. But anyways, by the way, why didn't they come for Prince Philip's memorial, which was like last week? Why didn't they do that? Why did they come now? They came with a crew of what they thought was 12 camera crew, sound man, grip man, whatever, following them around. This is their first appearance since the Big Apple tour, pseudo royal tour, which nobody thought went successfully. The Netflix deal is 112 million pounds. Yeah, they would be in a huge debt if they didn't produce this stuff. And so he initiated the visit, which is interesting, because I think if she did not want to go, she would have been very happy to let all the PR know that I, Meghan, initiated the visit because I want to clear the air and I want to be loved and embraced and whatever. I want to do that for my husband and me. So obviously she was against it. I mean, I'm just reading between the lines. Just my hot take on it. But they're not just making money from that. Oh no, they're going to kill two birds with one stone. Meghan will be reading The Bench to a captive audience that can't run away. And this is where the shade comes in from The Sun. Meghan, who last year published the picture book, The Bench. Thank you. As a literary newspaper, magazine, whatever this is, right? The Sun. They can't possibly write that this was a piece of literature that she's doing. Like, this is giving credit to the illustrator who was the main, because the words weren't it, honey. The words in The Bench were not what it was all about. I made a video on that, but like bad. So they're calling it a picture book, which I find hilarious, because she would have thought that her writing and poetry and ode to her husband would have been so beautiful, you know, the wedding. It's not. It's crap. The games are due to start tonight with the couple attending the opening ceremony. Meanwhile, the Queen, who has been suffering mobility problems, is not expected to attend a royal family church service at Windsor Castle tomorrow, which I told you is like with Eugenie and Beatrice and their daughters and everything. Apparently they did invite the Queen to come to the Invictus Games as well. Come along, Granny. But she doesn't want to go because she doesn't feel like... So this mobility thing, I really want to talk about that. I'm suspecting I have all the symptoms of long COVID. I didn't know what was going on because I kind of felt okay after I tested negative. I felt okay and I'm still testing negative. But what I'm having is all these other symptoms, like the delirium, the like doing things out of order. It's not anxiety, because anxiety can also cause you to do that. But I know what anxiety is like, and this is not it. It's not being able to get up, like having to do things and then take a break. And then, you know, you're just so exhausted. It's fatigue. It's called COVID fatigue or long COVID. But I'm not going to self-diagnose as yet. I'm waiting a few more weeks to see if this persists, because it's usually after months of testing positive and not weeks. So I'm into weeks of it. But I'm just like, I want to do things. I kind of have to choose what I'm going to do. And there are a lot of people who are talking about their experiences. There's a yoga girl, super healthy, that's going through it. Doctors found it very difficult to diagnose. I know people have been talking about having long COVID, and I didn't understand why. Like, they checked back into hospital, they were out, but they're in again for months. And so I never really understood what it was. But if you have it, I think you will know. People are like, well, what is it? Do I have it? You will know. You will be like, why can't I get up right now? Like, why? And then you get up and you're like, why am I sitting down again? Like, it is really a fatigue thing. This virus was really meant to like eliminate the world. Like, honestly, I'm not exaggerating, but when someone like me is so hyper and so energetic and then I feel like this, I know something's wrong. But it's about like when the Queen, remember when she had COVID and then she had to come out and say like, I'm fine, guys, you know, I'm not deceased, I didn't pass away. Now she's having the mobility issues. That to me, so I'm not doing this. Am I really doing this? Okay, I am. I'm diagnosing her. The mobility issues, that might be long COVID, because that's literally how you feel. Like, you cannot go and do what you have to do. You cannot get up and do what you have to do. So it's also a lot of other things. I think another telltale sign for me has been the gastro issue that's persisting, and I'm just here waiting for it to be over, really. And for all you Meghan sugars are like, it's karma because you talk about Meghan, that's why you got the long COVID. No, it's not karma. Okay, because I'm sure there are a lot of things in your life, you Meghan sugars, that could be karma too, right? Okay. Yeah, it's not. My son went to school. They loosened up and slackened up and bent the rules and broke the rules and decided that even if children have a sibling at home with the virus, that child can then come to school. So my son, although he has no siblings, unless I'm pregnant, but, well, dizziness, nausea, I don't know. But yeah, so my son has no siblings, but he goes to school, and they said he must go to school. Then I don't understand, because he's 6 years old. He's not doing O levels. Like, I think they should have allowed the children to stay away. The teachers were dropping like flies at school. You know, like, it was just not a good environment. The virus was about the place, walking and around and talking and hanging out, you know? So once he got it, that's how I got it. And another note is that I'm reading, but they're saying, like, if you are in a house with somebody else who's positive and you're both positive, still isolate away from each other, or else the effects could be worse. And naturally, one, I didn't know that. And two, how can I do that? My child is 6. He had fever. Of course, I was there with him. So I don't know if that's why it's worse for me, because even when I was negative, I was like comforting him and not isolating from him, obviously. So maybe that's what happened to me. I'm really not sure, but it's bad. It's bad. But I did find that very strange, that children were going to school just because they were negative, when like everybody else at home was positive, and eventually they're going to be positive. Like, let's get real. So anyway, I'm not complaining. You know, the prime minister, headmaster of the school, whatever, he did what he had to do, and he had to make a decision, and he did. But it is a primary school, and it weren't that serious, and you could have just let the kids like not get a virus. You know what I mean? But I'm kind of relieved that we got it now, to be honest with you. Like, I'd be going into like the supermarket with no mask on. I'm like, whatever. Okay. I just feel a sense of relief, especially for my son, because he's fine. He's fine now. And of course, the demographic for long COVID is exactly my age range and exactly my phenotype, sex type, whatever. Women, we have so much to bear. We really do. We really, really do. So anyway, that's just my spiel, and I'm going to continue to watch this shenanigans. I have to see exactly how much craziness they're going to do up in The Hague in Holland, and how much they're going to disgustingly pimp these soldiers. Like, poor Harry. He really did this in such a graceful, elegant way before the Invictus Games, and it's now turned into a reality show. But you know what I mean? Get your coin. I guess he's learned the algorithm for Hollywood, so he's just rolling with whatever he has to do. Well, thank you very much for listening, and I love you all very much. Please don't forget to press the subscribe button. Don't forget to press the thumbs up and the bell notification, so that I can, well, when I release a new one, the old new video, you'll get to see it. Okay, thank you so much. Love you so much. Okay, bye.